Hey, in this video, I'm going to talk about, is it worth starting an insurance agency in 2024 present day? As you know, there's a lot of changes. There is a bunch of craziness in the insurance industry. So I'm going to tell you the story of kind of from the beginning to the middle process in the last 6 years of me starting the agency, and then present day, going back, looking back at everything and thinking, is it worth it at the end of the day? A lot of people are trying to make that decision to jump in, so let's dive into the video. Okay, so in the beginning, when I first started the agency, 21 years old, just graduated college, literally graduated college in like the month of May or June, something like that. And in those last 6 months of college, I basically set up the whole process, the whole, procedures, processes, the structure of the agency, and phone calls coming in, keep it going. So in the first, 1 month after graduating, I launched the agency because I set it all up. 6 months in, I set up the structure of the agency. 6 months in college, last 6 months, I set up the structure, and then the first, day out of college, I immediately launched the agency. That first 6 months was complete, a disaster. It was complete hell. There was a lot of challenges. There was a lot of things I didn't know. I didn't even know what I didn't know. And I started to realize quickly there was a lot I had to learn and a lot of mistakes I was going to have to make and a lot of repetition and working hard. Early mornings, late nights, and just figuring stuff out. It was terrible. I didn't understand how to sell certain carriers, how the underwriting worked, all these different things. So that first 6 months was just a complete, learning period. Even a year in, I finally started to feel like, okay, now I have my feet under me. I lost money in the first year, barely, broke even, and actually lost a little bit of money. Now, going into the middle portion of like year 2, 3, 4, and now we're in year 6, those 2 to 3 to 4 years were all about reinvesting into the agency. That's when it started to become a little turn profit. After the first year, year 2, that's when the profits started to flow in. The renewals started to kick in. And that was a base kind of, foundation of income that the agency had that was able to pay for offices and pay for leads and marketing and even team members. So the years of 2, 3, and 4, that middle kind of beginning years, was all about pouring money back in. I didn't pay myself for 18 months. So those first 18 months, no payment to myself in any way. I was just reinvesting purely back into the business. 2, 3, 4, now I started to build a team. That's where things started to snowball a little bit. The renewals started to kind of snowball. Customers were referring other customers, buying more policies. Leads were starting to come in as the attention grew from the agency. People started to recognize us and really kind of reach out to us. So those are the years where things started to really pick up, and I started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like those first 18 months, that hard work of reinvesting started to kind of pay off. It started to, really make sense. Like, okay, this business will succeed. It won't just fail. And I think that was the 2-year mark when I realized, okay, we're still in business. Lights are still on. We're growing. Customers are every single month, the premium started to go up. We were making more sales and more sales and more sales. And now fast forward to 2024, it is one of the most challenging insurance markets that we've ever been in. Everyone's aware of it. The carriers are having really tight underwriting restrictions. And I will say we've had to make adjustments and pivot. But looking back at those 6 years, to answer the question, is it worth it? 100% with every ounce of my body, I would, not change a thing. Like I think it was 100% worth it. Obviously, I want to make this super clear. There's certain people that are built for this. Just to keep it real. Like some people can handle this type of, stress and demand and work and challenges, and some people just can't. They're not built for this type of business or even just being an entrepreneur in general. Like it takes a certain type of mindset, a positive mindset, a fail forward mindset where, things are going to go wrong constantly. Things are, with customers, with carriers, with team members, things are going to be shifting and changing all the time. So it takes a certain type of person, but if that sounds like you and that sounds like something you want to do, 100% looking back at it, it is totally worth it. Now the agency is growing by a couple $100,000 in premium per month. The first year in business, I only sold for the whole 12 months. We sold about $250,000 in premium. Now we're growing by roughly a couple $100,000 in premium per month. So it really started to pick up, compound, and the business model itself is a lot of hard work in the front end, very little income for yourself, very little benefits and rewards, and it's a lot of rewards and success and in the long run. So if that sounds like you, if that sounds like something you want to do and you have that energy and that entrepreneurial mindset and you're not looking to go and start traveling and spending money on a bunch of nonsense stuff that you shouldn't be spending your money on anyway, and you can hold your breath for 3 or 4 years, that's definitely something that I will say it will pay off. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Do it. Go all in. You can't have half in, half out. You have to sail the ship, get to the island and burn the ships and not look back. There can be no plan B. If you decide to do this, there can be no plan B. I highly recommend you read the book also, Think and Grow Rich. Boom, we'll pop that up. Think and Grow Rich, fantastic book. That was one of the motivators and inspiration for me. And there's an energy to this. There's a frequency and a mindset that attracts more of good, believing and seeing things working even when they're not. Like I said, fail forward. Believing things that are going to work out for you, and things are going to turn around and you're going to be successful. There's a frequency to that, so you have to start believing and seeing things that it's inevitable, your success in this business, and you are in an upward spiral of success. So believing that every single day, working your ass off, doing the right things. Don't reinvent the wheel. Learn from other agents that are really successful and do it over and over and over and over for days, weeks, months, years, and then one day you wake up and you realize it all worked out, and 6 years later I can confidently say Adelphia is in this. I used to dream about this, a vision of having the agency when I was in college in those first 6 months, planning the structure, and now it's finally kind of where I would love for it to be, or I've always planned and dreamed of it being. So that's it. I just wanted to share kind of a quick, is it worth it in 2024? We've navigated these crazy insurance waters and we're still writing hundreds of thousands in premium every single month. The team is exactly the team that I was always dreamt of, and we could not ask for more, so we're just super grateful, and I just wanted to share that quickly. If you're thinking about it, go all in. This is a tough time, but it's definitely doable, and there's tons of opportunity out there in the insurance industry. So hopefully that brings some value to you. If it does, give us a like, subscribe. Really appreciate you guys. Share this with somebody, and we'll see you guys at the top. See you soon. Peace.